Hi, welcome to Film Flush,
When good films float on top.
and the bad films get flushed.
Hi, welcome to Film Flush. In today's episode, we'll be looking at Park Chan-wook's Stoker and of course 2013's biggest blockbusters you haven't heard of.
2013 is going to be a huge year for movies. For fans of giant franchises, this year is not short of heavy hitters. Big movie geeks that we are, can assure all fans that there are lots of superhero franchises out this year, and definitely superhero fans will definitely be in for a treat.
Yeah, after the very successful Avengers movie, all eyes will be on Marvel, and they have Iron Man 3 to kick off the summer. They have the Thor sequel, Thor The Dark World, at the end of the year. And of course, we have a few other superhero franchises also coming back. You have the sequel to that horrible Wolverine movie from a while back. This one's set in Japan. Hugh Jackman looks crazy ripped in his poster.
That's the other X-Men movie, right?
Yeah, the other X-Men movie is 2014 though.
Oh, okay.
But also DC, we have the much-awaited Superman reboot, Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan, Man of Steel. That definitely looks promising. And of course, you have all the other big franchises. You have the second Hunger Games, Catching Fire. You have Pacific Rim, which is just giant robots beating up monsters. Who wouldn't like that?
But we're pretty sure everyone knows all about these movies.
Yeah.
So in this episode, we're going to talk about the under the radar, very old, very low profile movies that everyone should watch, and definitely be what we think is they'll be a cult hit when they come out. Right?
Yes, definitely. There's a new movie coming out at the end of this year. It's called Monuments Men. It's produced by the same team that produced Argo. George Clooney and Grant Heslov. George Clooney is actually directing. It's about a group of allied team that went around, like, I think it was France, trying to save art relics and museum pieces before the Nazis got their hands on it.
So it's like a national treasure, but a more smarter version. Is
Kind of, and it actually happened.
Okay.
Yeah, it's adapted from a book, and it was already made into a movie. Kind of, it was, I think, a 60s movie, but now it's based on a book that was actually written about the exploits of these men. And I think, judging from what we saw from Argo, it's going to be interesting. George Clooney's directing style is kind of either you like it or you don't, but I'm pretty confident about this one. Good feelings. Could be an Oscar contender for next year.
Okay, the next movie you're talking about is Alfonso Cuarón's Gravity. Well, Alfonso Cuarón is a brilliant filmmaker, and ever since his previous movie Children of Men came out, it was quite a landmark film in the sci-fi genre, and we've been awaiting his next film ever since. Gravity was supposed to come out last year, right?
Yeah.
And then it got postponed till this year. And well, thankfully for us movie fans, we're gonna finally see it. It's about two astronauts stranded in a space station, Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. And I think the whole movie is about those two trying to survive in the damaged space station. Yeah, what I like about Cuarón's filmmaking is that he's able to heighten cinematography into his storytelling, much like how Children of Men, the tracking shot.
Yeah.
That was fantastic and very brilliant. And from what I know, what we hear in the news, that Gravity also will start something with a tracking shot, very long one, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like a 17-minute opening tracking shot or something like that.
It's definitely a new something to look forward to, because I think Cuarón's brand of sci-fi is a thinking man's brand of sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's not the wham bang kind of thing. Yeah, more something like Moon, I think. Hopefully
Yeah.
it's something like Moon.
Yeah. The next movie on our list is Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues. It's the sequel nobody thought would get made. It's got an all-star cast. It had Will Ferrell Paul Rudd, Steve Carell, and like the later two names, when they first acted in the first one, they were kind of supporting caliber actors, but now they're kind of A-list comedians in their own right. So actually having them come back is kind of a big deal, and it's the character of the Anchorman, Ron Burgundy, is actually probably Will Ferrell's best character ever, and he's been itching for a shot to play it, and the movie is happening.
Hopefully it'll be as funny and
quotable.
And not like the disaster that is movie 43.
Nah, this is not happening.
Okay. Another movie that I'm excited about is Elysium. It's directed by District 9's director, Neil Blomkamp. When District 9 came out back in 2009, it was a breath of fresh air. Like how it's amazing treatment back then to see how sci-fi was filmed and written. And I hope that Elysium will be more of the same kind of story. About the movie, it's set in the year 2159, and back and when in the future, Earth is separated into two types of people. The rich lives in the space station, high up, and the poor live on Earth. The movie follows the story of Matt Damon, who is an ex-con, who has the unfortunate task of breaking into the space station for purposes we don't really know yet. And maybe I think that's what Singaporeans will feel like in the future, breaking into like we'll be I don't know,
overpopulated and segregated.
Overpopulated, and also the movie also stars District 9 Shelto Copley. We are not he plays. We have seen shots of him and I think he's gonna be great in the movie, and I think it's gonna be a whole dystopia kind of.
Jodie Foster plays the security station manager or something like that, and she's like hell bent on not allowing anyone on the station. So, a good chance for a few really strong performances. The next film we're going to talk about is This Is the End. Okay, this is such a brilliant concept that it's one of those that you read and you think that, why didn't I think of this earlier? It stars Seth Rogen, Jay Baruchel, James Franco, Danny McBride, and Craig Robinson.
Another all-star cast.
As themselves, and they're facing the zombie apocalypse. It's based on a short that Seth Rogen and Jay Baruchel did. It's called, can search for it online, I think. Jay and Seth versus the apocalypse, I think. And it's just them playing themselves, facing the apocalypse in Hollywood and
zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. And personally, I can't wait for all the cameos. Like, they got their comedic pals, Jason Segel, Paul Rudd, Aziz Ansari, and just some plain bizarre ones. There's Emma Watson, Rihanna, and even 90s pop legends, Backstreet Boys.
So this will be the the third zombie movie coming out this year? There'll be Warm Body, the teenage emo one, and then there's Brad Pitt's World War Z.
I guess so.
Action-packed one, and then there's the comedy one.
I guess so.
So are zombies the next vampires and werewolves?
They've been for a while now, but I mean, they haven't exactly achieved the same numbers. You had Zombieland, I think, was the only kind of decent one, and like in terms of the box office gross. And I think zombie movies will probably take a step this year with the amount of zombie flicks that are coming out.
And there we have it, 2013's blockbusters you haven't heard about. So watch. Next right up we have a review of Stoker.